Human Biology in the Industrial Age by Richard Jonathan O. Taduran, Ph.D. Homo sapiens evolved under open skies, shifting landscapes, and the slow pulse of ecological time. For most of our species' existence, our bodies and brains were shaped by forests, grasslands, rivers, and the daily negotiation with the natural world. Yet, in the 21st century, the average human now spends roughly 93% of life indoors, breathing filtered air, surrounded by concrete, steel, plastics, and light sources never found in nature. A new paper by biological anthropologists Daniel Longman and Colin Shaw argues that this radical shift may be compromising our evolutionary fitness. In their study, they suggest that the speed and scale of environmental change brought about by industrialization is outpacing our ability to adapt. The implications are unsettling. Core biological systems essential for human survival and reproduction may now be under strain. If this is true, then what does it mean for the future of our species? Evolutionary mismatch. The environmental mismatch hypothesis rests on a simple idea with profound consequences. Our biology was shaped in environments utterly unlike the industrialized world we inhabit today. For millions of years, hominins lived amidst natural materials, microbial diversity, predictable light-dark cycles, and acoustic landscapes defined by wind, water, and animal life. Even after the transition to agriculture in the Holocene, the human world remained recognizably ecological. Then, in the 1700s, the Industrial Revolution happened, and the pace of change accelerated beyond anything seen in evolutionary history. The Great Acceleration, after the 1950s, intensified this transformation. Urbanization soared. Fossil fuel consumption spiked. Plastics multiplied. Artificial light illuminated the night. Air, water, soil, and soundscapes became infused with industrial byproducts. By 2020, anthropogenic mass, everything humans have built, outweighed all living biomass on Earth. Contemporary humans now live along an industrial continuum, with even natural places containing microplastics, artificial noise, and light pollution. This is not the environment any hominin evolved in. More importantly, it is too new and too fast for genetic adaptation to catch up. If our bodies evolved for a world of trees, soil, biodiversity, and circadian regularity, what happens when we insert those same bodies into a habitat of pollutants, synthetic materials, and sensory overload? The answer may determine not only our health today, but the long-term survival trajectory of our species. 4 biological alarms. Longman and Shaw review 4 pillars of evolutionary fitness: reproductive, immune, cognitive, and physical function, and present evidence that industrialization is impairing each one. Reproductive function. Globally, sperm counts have declined dramatically over the past 5 decades. Air pollution disrupts gametogenesis, lowers sperm concentration and motility, and increases pregnancy loss. Pesticides and herbicides impair testosterone, damage DNA, and elevate risks of birth defects. Micro and nanoplastics accumulate in tissues, disrupting endocrine pathways for both sexes. Phthalates and flame retardants, found in everyday household items, further interfere with hormone regulation. Because reproductive success is the most direct measure of evolutionary fitness, these disruptions raise serious concerns about long-term population viability. Immune function. Industrialized environments appear to weaken immunoregulation. Reduced exposure to beneficial environmental microbes captured by the old friends and biodiversity hypotheses may be contributing to autoimmune and allergic diseases. Air pollution triggers chronic inflammation. Artificial light disrupts circadian rhythms, essential for immune response, and noise pollution elevates stress hormones that suppress immunity. Together, these pressures tilt the immune system toward dysfunction. Cognitive function. Multiple studies show that children living in highly urbanized or low greenery neighborhoods exhibit slower development of attention and executive function. Adults living in heavily industrialized cities face faster cognitive decline. Experimental work demonstrates that polluted air impairs mathematical and verbal performance, while urban noise and visual overstimulation disrupt memory, creativity, and problem solving. A species whose survival once relied on cognitive flexibility may now be impairing its own strongest asset, physical function. Industrial air pollution diminishes lung capacity, endurance, and cardiovascular health. Children in urban environments have lower aerobic fitness and strength. Pollutants increase age-related muscle loss and reduce hand grip strength. Where physical resilience once supported survival, subsistence, and social status, the industrial habitat appears to be eroding it. Together, these patterns suggest a body struggling to keep pace with an environment it did not evolve for. The world we built. Homo sapiens could be facing an ironic twist in its evolutionary story. After surviving ice ages, deserts, migrations, predators, and plagues, our greatest challenge may be the very world we have built for ourselves. We have become an indoor urban species, and our biology is quietly signaling that the habitat we've engineered may be misaligned with the one that shaped us. A human biological study conducted in the Philippines, anchored in our own ecological, social, and industrial realities, would be invaluable in understanding how these global patterns manifest locally. The study's findings suggest that certain features of industrial living, chronic pollution, sensory saturation, the loss of green and microbial diversity, may require more scrutiny than we currently give them. It is possible that small environmental adjustments, scaled across societies, could ease some of the pressures now acting on core biological systems. These would not be nostalgic returns to the past, but pragmatic responses to our own biology. The story of our species has always been one of adaptation. The question now is whether we can adapt our environment quickly enough to protect the very systems that allow us to thrive. Making modern life more biologically attuned may be the most important evolutionary task of the century.